Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of GWA Supercharged. I am Joe Davis. We're coming to you live from the GWA Arena in Seattle, Washington. Thank you for joining us. And it appears that we are going to be starting the evening off with the #1 contender for the GWA World's Heavyweight Championship. This is Mr. Amazing, Ray Snyder.
Making his way to the ring from Northridge, California, weighing in at 332 pounds, Mr. Amazing, Ray Snyder.
Ray Snyder. Again, as I mentioned, the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight title, gained that position in controversial fashion about 2 weeks ago right here on Supercharged. He's looking to do what his former partner, Harry Sharp, was unable to do, and that's claim the World's Heavyweight title to send it onto the ring, and I guess let's listen in. Well, someone's got something to say about that. And it sounds like the general manager, Gene Wells, has something to say on the matter. Well, what an announcement by the general manager, Gene Wells. Big Bubba Mason is going to get an opportunity to get his hands on Ray Snyder here tonight in our main event. And still to come, we've got Ivar going to go one-on-one with Willie Jones. Also, tag team action as Charles Thompson, the United States Heavyweight Champion, is set to team up with Owen Gerald Sexton against the Varsity Club. We also have the superstar Halie Nolan set to square off with Shelly Bennett. But first, and coming up next, Chris Van Diver gets into the ring and goes toe-to-toe with Sheik Amir. So let's send it down to the ring. Let's get the action underway. Chris Van Diver making his way down to the ring along with his wife, Lilith Van Diver. Chris Van Diver looking for that elusive victory. He has been unable to gain a victory in quite some time. Looking to turn that around here tonight. Let's take just 1 second, however, to talk about the goal of Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder and talking about his former partner being dead weight. I mean, the audacity of that man. We'll get back to that in a moment.
And his opponent from Tehran, Iran, weighing in at 296 pounds, Sheik Amir.
And Chris Van Diver's opponent, Sheik Amir, making his way down to the ring for one-on-one action. But as I was saying, the comments of Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder simply makes me sick. I mean, I will be the first to admit, over the last couple of months, I haven't been the biggest Harry Sharp fan with some of his actions and his mentality, but he was still a legend in this sport. He made history, becoming the very first GWA World's Heavyweight Champion. We owe him a lot, and the fact that he is no longer with the company is it's very sad. But he was chasing a dream. And for Ray Snyder to make comments like that about who was supposed to be a friend and partner, it's just sad. But we got Chris Van Diver against Sheik Amir. And Amir is going to shove Van Diver back. And there's a shot. Van Diver now sent to the corner. Amir follows him in right in, and look at these knee lifts and he's biting him. He's biting the man. Drops the knee in the spine, and he's going to go for the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count that time for Sheik Amir. And so I apologize, but Ray Snyder talking like that really gets under my skin. We're going to try to get back to this matchup, and as I was telling you before, Chris Van Diver, who just got dropped on his head with a vicious suplex by Sheik Amir, is looking for that elusive victory. He's been unsuccessful in quite a few outings here in GWA as of late. He's lost all his momentum by this point, and he's just looking to get back to his winning ways to try to start working up the ladder here in GWA. 1. Just a 1 that time for Sheik Amir. But this match has been all Sheik Amir since the opening bell. Van Diver's been on the ropes, so to speak. And now twisting of the arm and down across the shoulder joint. And Van Diver will pop back up. He gets caught with the knee lift right to the side of the face. And Chris Van Diver is just he's getting nothing going right now. Sheik Amir simply punishing him. And now down to the mat and down with the knee across the chest. And Amir drops the knee now right into the face. So, of course, Ray Snyder had to mouth off, saying that there's nothing that anybody can do about him in his position. Well, Gene Wells made that very clear that that's not the case. It was a cover, but a rope break for Sheik Amir. But now it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls for Big Bubba Mason and Ray Snyder. And you know Bubba Mason is going to be looking to teach Ray Snyder a lesson after being screwed out of the #1 contendership a couple of weeks ago. High elevation on that drop kick from Chris Van Diver. And Van Diver trying desperately to get back in this. Van Cutter! Van Cutter! Van Cutter! And just like that, Chris Van Diver has turned this thing around. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and I thought he had him. I thought that was 3. I believe Van Diver did as well. Going for the kick. It was blocked. Clothesline. And a knockdown by Sheik Amir. You got to believe that Van Diver was going to go for the hammerlock DDT. German suplex by Sheik Amir. And after a flurry of offense and the Van Cutter, Chris Van Diver's finding himself in a lot of trouble all over again. Was caught in the camel clutch. Looked like it was about to be over. Was able to, looks like maybe get his foot under the bottom rope. We had a rope break from the official there. So great call. And Amir now, double arm trap suplex. Perfectly executed by Sheik Amir. And Amir drops the elbow now into the chest of Chris Van Diver. Van Diver's in all kinds of trouble here. Traps the arms and the belly-to-belly overhead suplex yet again by Sheik Amir. And Amir, not sure exactly what he's doing there. He grabs Van Diver. He's pulling him over towards the... And now I see what he's doing. He's got his feet on the ropes. Come on, referee. He's got his feet on the damn ropes. The referee didn't see it. And Sheik Amir is going to steal this one. Well, we see the suplex here. And then right here we see it. He gets the feet on the middle ropes for the extra leverage. And he steals this one from Chris Van Diver.
Here is your winner, Sheik Amir.
Sheik Amir with a tainted victory over Chris Van Diver here tonight on Supercharged. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it is the superstar, Halie Nolan, taking on Shelly Bennett. Halie Nolan, the #1 contender for the GWA Women's World Championship, and had a little stare down with the world's champion, Wild Thing Tammy Mullins, after Mullins had a match last week on the 1-year anniversary special of GWA. Here's a young lady that is no nonsense. Shelly Bennett has one thing on her mind each and every night she steps into the ring, and that's to punish her opponent and gain the victory. That's it. Nothing flashy about this young lady. She just goes in and gets the job done by any means necessary, whether you like her or you don't. And a lot of people don't. The bell sounds and we're underway. Lock up and a forearm shot by Nolan. Backs Bennett up into the ropes and down with a stomp, using the ropes for added leverage. And now Nolan in control, takes Bennett to the buckle head first. And look at this maneuver. Right off the ropes with the head scissors. One. And just a one that time for Halie Nolan. But a very impressive maneuver nonetheless. Nolan now taking a few minutes to take her eye off of her opponent. And again, the no-nonsense attitude of Shelly Bennett is going to take over by the mistake of Halie Nolan. And Bennett now with several stomps. And going for a modified camel clutch, but the rope break's going to break that up. Went for the Insigiti, didn't find it. But Bennett still hooks her up, drops her with a bulldog, center of the ring, cover. 1, 2. A long 2 count that time for Shelly Bennett. Drops the knee, but nobody home. And a neck breaker by Halie Nolan. Nolan with a stiff kick to the lower spine. And slamming her face first into the mat, and Nolan very proud of herself on that one. The superstar looking to dethrone Wild Thing Tammy Mullins as Women's World Champion. 1. Just a 1 that time for Nolan. But Halie Nolan very soon will be taking on Tammy Mullins for the GWA Women's World Championship. Looking to gain some momentum here with a victory over Shelly Bennett. But Bennett, with that reverse elbow, went for a chop, duck under, and Nolan, what a shot right on the jaw. Now, Halie Nolan sending Bennett to the buckle yet again. And there's a shot. Snapmare out of the corner. Nolan, handspring, splash, center of the ring. 1, 2. And Bennett able to get the left shoulder off the canvas. But Halie Nolan is in control at the moment. Split-legged leg drop, but Bennett gets out of the way. Nolan missed it. And Shelly Bennett with the bulldog is going to take over. A neck snap right there by Bennett. 1, 2. And another long 2 count for Shelly Bennett. Bennett now sizing her up against the ropes. Insigiti to the back of the head of the superstar. And now slamming the knee into the mat. Shelly Bennett in the driver's seat at the moment. And hooks her up, but an elbow. And look at Bennett go. She gets caught. And what a roll-up by Nolan. 1, 2. Another 2 count. Looking to catch her off guard. And a jawbreaker now from Bennett. Duck under the spinning kick. Follows it up with another neck breaker. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, tag team action as the Varsity Club is set to take on the unlikely alliance of primetime Charles Thompson and the #1 contender for his United States heavyweight title, Owen Gerald Sexton. And Meteora into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, so very close for Halie Nolan. I don't know how much closer you can get without actually getting the 3. And Bennett now gets the jawbreaker. Kick blocked. Look at these ladies go. Back and forth action. Snapmare now by Bennett. And a knee right to the face. 1, 2. And just a 2 count. But Bennett, you got to believe, she senses victory. A block, a kick, a knee to the face. And Nolan now hits the split leg drop. 1, 2, 3, and a victory for Halie Nolan. A back and forth match. Both of these ladies trying to get in the final blow, and finally it was Halie Nolan with the split-legged leg drop that was able to seal the deal here tonight. Big victory, and there is the champion. And another stare down between Tammy Mullins and Halie Nolan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you join us on Sunday, June 4th, as Global Wrestling Alliance presents our next premium wrestling event, High Tides. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, one-on-one action as Ivar of the Viking Raiders takes on one half of the GWA World Tag Team Champions, Willie Jones. The big man, Ivar, set to take on Willie Jones of High Energy. Last week, on our 1-year anniversary special, Eric took on Derek Wright in singles action and was victorious. The week before that, in non-title action, it was the Viking Raiders against High Energy. The Viking Raiders were victorious on that night as well. So up to this point, since becoming #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles, the Viking Raiders have had the numbers of the World Tag Team Champions, High Energy. They're looking to continue that momentum right here tonight. Here they are, the GWA World Tag Team Champions, Derek Wright and Willie Jones, High Energy, along with their manager, Don Holmes, the leader of the Homestead. They're looking to break the momentum of the Viking Raiders here tonight with this one-on-one matchup. And of course, Don Holmes has something to say. The most exclusive group in all of professional wrestling, the Homestead. Just in case you didn't get that. Here we go. The bell sounds, and it's Ivar against Willie Jones. Headbutt by Ivar. And Willie Jones already finds himself on the mat. Ivar now with control of Jones. Jones head first into the buckle. Hooks him up. Running Bulldog out of the corner. And he's going to go for the cover. One. Only a one this time. Oh, my. It appears Willie Jones has already been split wide open. I don't know if it was the Bulldog or if it was the turnbuckle. One. And only one off the big splash by Ivar. But Willie Jones going to have a tough time in this matchup if the blood continues to flow. And look at this strength by Willie Jones. But Ivar with a couple of well-placed elbows, able to get out of that. Whip to the far side. Power slam by Ivar. One. Just a one this time. Willie Jones able to kick out and comes back with a reverse heel kick. He's going to try to speed things up here a little bit. And hooks up the arm, and Willie Jones up top with the deep lucha libre style arm drag. Look at these kicks right to the face. Nothing pretty about that. Willie Jones gets fancy with the lucha libre moves and then goes right to the kicks to the face. So this guy's got a very interesting style. But Ivar with brute strength, with just a clubbing axe handle blow to the back, and he has regained control of this match. Sending Willie Jones to the buckle yet again. Hooks up Willie Jones. Running Bulldog yet again out of the corner. And now Ivar against the ropes. Down with a splash. The cover. 1, 2, 3. No, Willie Jones barely gets the left shoulder up. Jones has had a little flurry here and there. He's been able to get off a maneuver or two. But for the most part, it's mostly been Ivar. So far, this is Ivar's match to lose. He is in total control at this point. Back to the turnbuckle. And Ivar gets shot right to the face. And here comes Willie Jones fighting out of the corner. What a shot. Now Willie Jones going upstairs. Jones, frog splash. And he didn't go for the cover. I believe he should have went for the cover there. Willie Jones looks like he's cut real good. Right about the eyebrow line of his right eye. 1, 2. And a long 2 count. And Willie Jones turning this thing around. See Ivar shaking his hand. I don't know if he's injured his hand or what exactly happened there. He's trying to get some feeling back in it. And Jones now with the running kick right to the chest. And now he's going up. We know what's coming now. Jones, leg drop, but he missed. There was no water in the pool. The spinning heel kick by Ivar catches him flush on the chin. And Willie Jones has been rocked. Ivar with Willie Jones on the shoulder. Drops him with the sit-out pile driver. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming, Willie Jones. Willie Jones missed with the leg drop. He got caught with a spinning heel kick and the sit-out pile driver. And Ivar keeps things rolling for the Viking Raiders.
Here is your winner, Ivar!
Another big victory, and high energy is still in major trouble when it comes to the Viking Raiders. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're being told we have an interview with the World's Champion backstage, so let's send it to the back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, tag team action. Prime time, Charles Thompson with Owen Gerald Sexton to take on the Varsity Club.
Introducing first, from West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 266 pounds, Owen Gerald Sexton.
The #1 contender for the GWA United States Heavyweight Championship, Owen Gerald Sexton. Of course, when it comes to the United States Heavyweight title, it can't just be about the championship as far as Charles Thompson's concerned. With every opponent that challenges him for that United States Heavyweight title, he's got to make it personal with that individual. And that is no exception in regards to Owen Gerald Sexton. Charles Thompson, the United States Heavyweight Champion, making things personal with Owen Gerald Sexton. Sexton, however, again, is the #1 contender, and he will get a shot at that United States Heavyweight title, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. But tonight, they've been paired up, and they have to see if they can coexist.
At a combined weight of 333 pounds, the Varsity Club.
And they find themselves teaming up against Ryan Morris and Eddie Sheffield, the Varsity Club. I don't know how many times I've seen it or how many times I've said it in the past when we've got two individuals that have a problem with each other and management decides to put them in a tag team situation like this, it never, ever goes well. So let's see if this is going to be the exception to that rule. And it appears that it's not going to be. They're already arguing about who's even going to start this thing. And finally, Sexton relents. And here's the bell. Charles Thompson starting out things with Ryan Morris. And a slap on the back, and Owen Gerald Sexton tags himself in and gets shoved down on his behind by Charles Thompson, and Thompson's leaving him. And see, what did I tell you? I about could see this coming, and now at this point, we got a 1-on-2 situation going on here with Sexton having to go at it all alone against the Varsity Club. And Sexton now sending Morris across the ring, a back body drop. And a kick right to the sternum. And here's a cover by Sexton. 1, 2. Only a 2 count that time. Not surprised to see Charles Thompson walking out on his partner here in this matchup. Drop down, leapfrog, an elbow right to the jaw. It was right on the money. 1, 2, no, just a 1 that time. Sexton having to go at it all alone now against the Varsity Club. Owen Gerald Sexton has looked very impressive since his debut. He is undefeated here in GWA. 1, And a 1 count only that time for Sexton as well. And now, standing eye to eye, and there's a right hand, and Eddie Sheffield's thinking better of it. He's getting out of there. And Sexton now with a low drop kick right to the side of the head. Again, Sexton, so far, been very impressive. He is undefeated in GWA competition. He is the #1 contender for the United States heavyweight title. And he is currently in control in this handicap situation. Morris into the buckle, drop kick. And Sexton now with yet another cover. And Sheffield in to break it up right away. Scoop here. High elevation on the scoop slam by Sexton. And now Morris gets the knee right into his shoulder joint and an elbow right to the top of the head. Well, so far, so good for Owen Gerald Sexton, partner or not. He's been able to cut off Ryan Morris from his tag team partner. There's a to-bone suplex. And a double axe handle smash. And there's a stomp and went for another kick, blocked by Morris. Dragon screw. Morris now with a couple more strikes. There's a knee lift and another right into the girts of Owen Gerald Sexton. And now Morris wrestles him down and just striking away, teeing off on Owen Gerald Sexton. And now Ryan Morris able to make the tag, and now the numbers game might start to play a factor here in this matchup. Right hand by Eddie Sheffield. Sheffield now. Oh my goodness, it looked like he was going to go for a reverse DDT. Turned it around into a face buster. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and a long 2 count for Eddie Sheffield. And now it looks like Sexton's been opened up here. And what a shot to the side of the head. A reversal and a couple of shots there by Sexton. And yes, he's been opened up now, it looks like, right above his right eye. And look at that modified STO there. There's a shot and the drop kick, and Morris falls all the way to the floor. And Sexton has Eddie Sheffield in the crosshairs. And hooks him up, plants him, center of the ring, float over. 1, 2, 3, and somehow, some way, Owen Gerald Sexton remains undefeated in GWA with that 1-on-2 handicap victory. No thanks to his partner. And he's been opened up pretty good, it looks like. Oh, yeah, that man right there. No thanks to primetime Charles Thompson. But Sexton was victorious here tonight, either way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it's main event time, and this one's got a little bad blood to it. It's Big Bubba Mason taking on Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Making his way to the ring from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing in at 324 pounds, Big Bubba Mason.
Big Bubba Mason on his way down to the ring, looking to settle the score with Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder after he's had the #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight title stolen right from underneath his nose. When Ray Snyder stole the victory 2 weeks ago. And here comes his opponent.
And his opponent from Northridge, California, weighing in at 332 pounds, Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder.
Always just detested this man. But earlier tonight, when he had the nerve to come down here to this ring and just completely disrespect his former tag team partner, a man that he was world tag team champions with, and handsome Harry Sharp, was an utter disgrace. And I can't believe this man could even look himself in the mirror. It's just disgraceful, really. But he's got to worry about a very angry man from Oklahoma and Big Bubba Mason. And here we go. The bell sounds. It's 2 out of 3 falls. And here's the world's champion, Arthur Caldwell. And he looks like he's going to be in the corner of Big Bubba Mason. He said earlier tonight that he had a little surprise for Ray Snyder, and it looks like he is delivering on his promise as he comes out here and is now in the corner of Big Bubba Mason, and Ray Snyder now has nowhere to go. And playing mind games here a little bit is Ray Snyder. Mason came right back in after him, and he got the right hand right to the face, follows it up with the elbow drop. Ray Snyder takes early control, covering a rope break that time. Well, now Ray Snyder not only has to worry about Bubba Mason on the inside of the ring, he's got to worry about the world's champion, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell, on the outside of the ring. So really stacking the deck here against Mr. Amazing. Bubba Mason now sending Snyder over the top rope into the floor. The official now begins the count, and here comes Bubba Mason right after him. And a shot was blocked and a headbutt by Ray Snyder. And Snyder now sending Bubba Mason into the steel guardrail. And Mason now comes back with a knee strike and sends Snyder back into the ring. The official up to 5, but Mason back through the ropes into the ring and nearly gets his head taken off by Ray Snyder. Here's a cover. 1. Only a 1 count. Was looking for that first fall. Look at the disrespect of Ray Snyder. There's a face buster. It looked like he may have even used the knee brace for unfair advantage there. There's another cover by Snyder, but yet another rope break. Snyder needing to pay better attention to his ring awareness here. Sending Mason into the corner. And look at Snyder go. He definitely has Bubba Mason reeling now. And down across the spine. And here he goes, going for the first fall. 1, 2, and a long 2 count for Ray Snyder. Mason now back up to his feet. He hooks him up. Gut wrench into the Dominator face first. Drops the elbow to follow it up. And now the cover. 1, 2. And now a 2 count for Bubba Mason looking for the first fall. Now it looks like Bubba Mason's been opened up. We may need to do some inspections on some of these turnbuckles. We've had several instances of these wrestlers getting split open here tonight, and they may have something to do with those turnbuckles. Leg sweep by Bubba Mason. No one gaining the first fall yet. Snyder up over the top. He holds on. There's a shot by Mason. And Mason now. Oh, no, not on the apron. My God. Back suplex on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Snyder able to recover awfully quick. And now, Ray Snyder is now in control. And right against the barricade, shoulder first. And Snyder going after the world's champion. He's just gonna walk away from that. I believe Caldwell knows if he gets physical with Snyder, it's gonna end up causing a disqualification. And he's gonna give the first fall to Ray Snyder, and I'm sure he doesn't want that. And Snyder just laughing at him, but the official is up to 8. And both of these men still just going at it on the outside. The official now up to 9. Ray Snyder's not paying attention. The official reaches 10. He's got no choice but to call for the bell. And it is one apiece, with both of these athletes being counted out for the first and second fall. So whomever can gain essentially the first fall in this matchup will be the winner. Mason with an elbow right into the breadbasket of Ray Snyder. And Snyder now back in the ring. Mason back in the ring. And there's a shot by Snyder, knocking Mason down yet again. Stiff kick by Snyder, but Mason brushes it off. He goozles him. Choke slam, and what impact. No, and he's not done. Now it's playtime for Bubba Mason. Maybe not. Snyder able to avoid disaster there. And sending Mason into the corner. Again, look at Snyder go. Mason back up, clotheslined into the corner. The official trying to tell Snyder to let it go. Just blatantly choking the man in the corner. Snyder completely full of himself, and now getting right in the face of the world's heavyweight champion, pretty boy Arthur Caldwell, wasting valuable time. And with only one fall to settle this thing, he doesn't want to waste time. Mason back up to his feet, hooks him up, double underhook suplex. And Bubba Mason gets in a huge offensive maneuver. A big chop to the top of the head, and Mason has taken control of our main event. Mason now going to go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. So close, so very close. The official's hand had to have been about an inch away from the mat and calling this match. You see Caldwell on the outside trying to get the fans hyped up here. And sidewalk slam by Bubba Mason. Snyder trying to get back to his feet. And a right hand by Snyder. And here comes Snyder. Ray Snyder now sends Mason for the ride. Clothesline. And here's the cover. And 1, 2. Whoa, wait a minute. Arthur Caldwell just put the foot of Bubba Mason on the bottom rope, and that breaks the count. Ray Snyder, I believe he had to have had that wrapped up. And now Ray Snyder's going to take it out on the official. Oh, that's going to be a hefty fine. And now he's going right after the world's champion on the outside of the ring. And now Ray Snyder sends Caldwell into the steps, and Ray Snyder's gone berserk. Bubba Mason with the knee to the side of the head. And Mason now hooks him up. Suplex. Bubba Mason now drops the elbow. And now he's set up. He's poised in the corner. Oh my God, did you hear that impact? Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Bubba Mason has done it. The first and second fall went to a double count out on the outside of the ring. And going for the victory, and Ray Snyder might have had it right there. Bubba Mason had been wounded. Arthur Caldwell puts the foot on the bottom rope and cost Ray Snyder this match. Mason able to recover, delivers that shot with the big boot. And Bubba Mason is victorious here tonight. Well, Ray Snyder isn't going to stop crying about that for a while. But ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Tune in next week for another edition of GWA Supercharged.